So definitely going to be sticking CT. Neo calls for it immediately, so we should be hopping right into the match, wasting no time at all, straight into the pistol round. So now it gets fun. Now it gets wild. And now I have to remember how to observe a match. So let's all learn together, ladies and gentlemen. Where's Auto Director again? What's the key?
It's like paint by numbers, except you're switching players.
And it's Nuke, too, like the worst map ever to observe. All right, guys, let's do it. So, already VP. Oh, wow, VP, though. Like one Kevlar and then full nades across the board for these guys. This is actually pretty wild.
Yeah, probably they're going to play these choke points very well with those nades. They have to use them effectively without that armor. And also just smoking it off to delay everything.
Well, we may have the little bit out here. Snacks holding out in the yard. Didn't spot Apex up on Silo. This is going to be an interesting little battle because Apex is basically going to be trying to get information. There you go. Snacks locks onto him. Doesn't get the kill, though. Just drops him down to 87 HP. That feels like a little light.
Yeah, tags him a little bit. Maniac applying some pressure over on ramp, making sure they can't cheat any rotates away, keeping them honest. And there is, you know, a large committal of Virtus.pro in this upper bomb site, although Taz gets blinded, falls down, gets dropped by Kenny S with the entry. RPK, it's his turn to come in. Kenny S steals that one, and Titan has just demolished this upper bomb site defense. It's all off to Neo. 1-on-5.
Wow, Neo already managing to tag them up, but yeah, 1v5 doesn't matter. What are you going to do? Go for the reload and start getting headshots. That's a good start. Gets the second one as well. But then RPK picks it up, and he is going to be able to lock it out. But I love Titan. You know, this is the thing. This is probably like the French thing as well. It's like, oh, boo-hoo, woe is me. You know, we're going to play Nuke. Oh, it's going to be horrible. Oh, no, oh, no. And then,
right,
like,
and then they just demolish everything so quickly. I want to know where that flash came from that Taz got blinded from. That had to have been a window flash from above the roof.
Well, Apex was on main by the time that push came through. So actually, that's a good question because I think RPK might have been the point man, but then he was second in behind Kenny. So that's actually a good question. We missed where that flash came from.
Yeah, and all SMGs across the board here for Titan.
Yeah, they aren't messing around. Look at that. I mean, they have truly embraced, you know, what the Valve dev has envisioned. The only thing is that it didn't account for Pasha landing headshots like mad out here in Yard with the Scout. So that's good to see that Pasha's got his eye in.
Right, and they actually gave Pasha, they dropped him that Scout so that he could get a head armor, knowing, you know, against some pistols perhaps, and even against that SMG, doesn't want to deal with the, you know, the aim punch.
See now, Viali on this A side, he's going to get overwhelmed. There's Pasha, can't get anything done. Neo's going to get flanked out. Free kill there for Existence, and it is going to be Snacks, and before I can even swap to him, he's dead. So Titan are just swarming with these SMGs.
Yeah, they have this timing down on this upper bomb site where they just want to explode out hot. They did it on pistol round with a nice flashbang that round. Even though they lose a player, they're just like, all right, guys, let's just blow up. We have the SMGs. So powerful right now. Let's just utilize them.
Truly. I mean, this is like the all-out ultra-violence that we're seeing, and they're going to get to do more of it now because VP, well, they didn't really get too much done. They have 3 frags total in 2 rounds, so it's looking a little grim here. This is just the beginning. Apex doesn't even bother upgrading to an SMG or anything at all. He just sticks Tech 9, and he is like a Tech 9 specialist. This guy, I'm not gonna put him up there with Olafmeister, but he really can be effective with his gun. Neo though, peeking out at ramp, takes out Maniac with a P2000.
Yeah.
Like, then Kenny. I mean, we actually have Taz looking for a bit of a flank through the yard, and Snacks is down here as well. He's got his back. But action is still going to be happening ramp, where Neo is currently huddled behind a box. He's lost his teammate, and Existence has cleared up the flank.
And that box gets planted as well. Yeah, Neo, there's that flank coming in. Snacks, all he can really do is, you know, he can only go for an exit and try and salvage a gun, but there's no gun that he's really going to want to keep the next round. It's all these SMGs still. And he's basically just going to be fodder for extra money.
Is he really?
Unless he does this.
Is he really going to make this work? This would be amazing. RPK. No, he's going back into ramp.
I take it all back, Snacks.
How sick would that be if this actually worked? Okay, he's going to give up on it, but that was too good. He just heard RPK stepping around. RPK is actually going to come back up here. He should be able to collect 600 bucks. He spots out Snacks. Snacks putting up one hell of a fight. Actually with a Mac 10 that he finds lying on the ground.
Oh, the bomb blows him up, so it doesn't give the money away, so it's about the best case scenario that he could have asked for there. But now we're going to see this first gun run, and because of that second round buy, the scary thing for Virtus.pro here, I mean, all of a sudden you're seeing no kits on their side. And Kenny S is $9,200 at the moment. He hasn't upgraded yet. He's going to choose to go for an AK, but no kits on Virtus.pro, and because of that second round buy, they also are very light on utilities. Just, you know, they have the smokes, but they don't really have a lot of flashbangs behind it. They don't have any Molotovs to block off these choke points, so this is another window of opportunity that Titan can take advantage of.
Quite surprised not to see Kenny going for the AWP. Could expect some kind of silo play out of him, some kind of pressure there. Instead, it's going to be Apex once again going through. Common wallbang there. Look at this play by Maniac. He's actually snuck his way through the smoke, and we'll see if he can catch out Maniac. He's not going to catch out Neo. Neo gets a one-up on him and spots RPK as well, so the element of surprise is lost for RPK. Neo knows what's up, and he's going to be able to close that angle off.
Right, and there's Snacks doing some work, and Pasha chiming in as well. Kenny's gets that kill, but he's taken out a 6 HP, so here's the struggle on some of these gun rounds we're going to see on the Terror side. Not able to do much. Snacks cleans him up, and Existence is just left all alone on the silo. So despite not having those resources, they're able to just win the gun battles outright.
And we're going to probably see Snacks just light him up here. There's the angle. Existence wins the duel, but then Pasha's there to close it out. He'll save that M4 as well.
And what interests me about Existence calling is he's so good at positioning players to cut off rotations, to be flankers, to be lurkers, and it's usually Maniac's role on this team on other maps, and you know, it seems like he's going to be more of a ramp player trying to get those picks on Neo, but Neo's been playing ramp room for so long. He's such an effective player over there.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. He is their point man. He locks that position down, and it's often not a popular position because you don't really get too many frags over in ramp. So, you know, most of the time it's like, okay, you're going to put your, I guess, your quote-unquote support player, your in-game leader, or somebody to hold over that angle, just because they're not going to see too much action. However, Snacks, speaking of which, is going to get caught out here. Kenny looking for it. If this was pre-buff, I'm sure he would have actually hunted down pre-scoped, but doesn't decide to go for it. He's going to hang back instead, and Snacks, he's going to live to lurk another day.
Yeah, and Kenny was also worried. You could see him. He kind of glanced up towards the heaven, towards the rafters. A little cautious of maybe an op on Pasha's hands, but he just has that Colt. Does find a kill with it. So they've got the man advantage, and Virtus.pro with the man advantage on this map is ridiculously strong.
Yeah, I mean, they're just so good at like the communication, basically like the basics, right? Communication is on point with VP. They know where each other are, where they're all holding. And like I said before, you know, their CT side is really polished. But then, as I say that, it looks like we had some action over in ramp. No, that's upper site? They're going to get control of upper site. Pasha's going to get overwhelmed here. 2-on-4, and now a 1-on-4 situation, and unfortunately I missed every frag.
It's Nuke. It's tough.
Nuke is always a nightmare. I hate this minimap.
With the elevations, the upper and the lower.
I wish that there was a way to show it accurately on the. We need to find a way.
But that's just another. I mean, Titan going back to this upper hit that's been so successful, and these 3 rounds they've won. You know, the pistol round and even some of those eco rounds. Apex with some beautiful entries. He is their entry fragger for this team, and he's very, very good at it. He's got 3 kills in this round, so. They haven't been able to hunt down Snacks quite yet, though. They know he's outside. He's very low on HP, and Apex spots him, and that's a 4 kill for him here. So beautifully done by Titan and Apex, especially that round. Although Virtus.pro might choose to force buy here. Possibly, no, they won't.
They just don't have money.
They survived with pretty good players in that first gun round. I thought they might have a little bit more money than that, but they were light on utility, so they had to buy a bunch of those kits up and everything. So. And this is going to be tough. Even if Titan loses out from here, I mean, this is a good half so far.
Exactly. That's the thing. Now, like, Titan, they're going to be in the sweet spot with hard eco from VP, so that kind of tells you that they may want to force buy next round. But, like, 5 rounds for Titan on T side, and we're only at the beginning of the half here. This is actually a terrific performance from them. And
the CT side can be kind of a double-edged sword because you make a couple of mistakes here and there, and all of a sudden you find yourself, you know, just like Virtus.pro, you know, 4 rounds, 4-1, and possibly even 5-1, looking grim for them, and already it's a little bit tough.
Pasha comes running out, catches RPK with his knife out. Nearly takes him out there. He's got support now from his mate, and Snacks is going to get caught out in the yard, it looks like. They're trying to apply the pressure all over the place here, Titan actually. Going to hunt down Neo here. And excuse me, that's going to be a good spray onto him. Taz now the last man alive, waiting around the corner to get cleaned up as well. So about as textbook as you like with the anti-eco, really. Just kind of walking in and making sure that they got the duels.
Yeah, no one falling either. So we talked about that bank that Kenny ESEA had going into the first gun round, and across the board now, all these players have money to rebuy for themselves if needed.
All right, well, what's interesting now is that Pasha and Kenny both have AWPs now.
Is that a scout on Neo?
That is a scout on Neo. Neo's walled like that, though. He will go for some odd buys sometimes.
Likes to get a little crazy. No kits once again, though.
Yeah, so, I mean, that's surprising as well, considering, like, Neo invested 350 in a decoy, right, to get a helmet, which is, you know, virtually useless versus an op and AKs. So,
right.
They could have cut some corners, it looks like VP, but they just decided to go for it. Snacks and Pasha both picking up frags outside, however, in the yard. And Pasha going to get some more here. RPK trying to tap him out, and Pasha's just barely going to make it out of dodge in time. HE nade deep. He dodges it. And Snacks is going to be able to get in there and actually pick up that frag. Taz looks like he wants to push into lobby as well, but this is just completely falling apart for Titan in this round. There isn't too much apart from they just got picked apart.
And this exact same thing happened on the 4th round, and Virtus.pro had to have this kind of a light buy. It's same kind of strategy where it just got shut down and Existence is left on the roof all alone with nothing really to do there. So that outside defense by Virtus.pro is coming in huge for him. All the success that Titan has had has come, you know, in the ramp room or in that upper bomb site especially.
And this is going to be so important now for VP because they keep 5 players alive, means that they don't have to reinvest in rifles. They're just going to be able to pick up nades here. So So if they can actually chain around together, they will be in a pretty decent position as far as the money is concerned. Titan, however, plenty of bank for them. No worries at all. They're going to be able to re-equip fully, even having Kenny S with the AWP. And it looks like he might try and take it either for like a, yeah, it's going to be a ramp. He had the choice between ramp or trying to take a shot into Squeak, and he gets a leg shot onto Snacks. That's going to ring some bells over there.
But Snacks is still playing very aggressive with it.
Like between the two of them right now, they really want to keep the pressure up here and get control of Radio, but Snacks, he's in a very awkward spot. In the meantime, Apex has managed to pick up a kill to begin with here, and that's actually out in yard, it looks like. He was able to take out Taz. So a bit of an awkward position here for Virtus.pro. They've taken quite a bit of damage to start.
Yeah, and even pushing up Radio like that, they've taken so much damage doing that and hasn't really accomplished anything for them. They still lose a player on the other side of the map. So Titan doing a very good job of finding kills away from the aggression of Virtus.pro. And Pasha, he knows Apex is lurking out there, so he isn't quite committed away from it, so he looks like he wants to take this battle. And one thing on CT side, part of the reason why it's so tough, oh, here comes the upper XP. Bialy's going to get one. Apex comes in through mini, gets dropped by Snacks, and Kenny's all over that AOP. The bomb is down, though, so the rotations can come in, but Bialy finds a corner, takes out RPK, manages to pull out the pistol and get Existence and Kenny S, so a fantastic play by Bialy there. A great upper hold with a 4-kill.
Yeah, he gets the 4K as well, so he's like, hey, Apex, don't worry, I can do it too, bro. If you want to come at me, this is what's going to happen. Taz gets caught, but he's the only man going to be spending money this round. So that was just all points, a really solid hold from Virtus.pro. So Titan, we've seen them get picked off now, just basically losing the pick duels. Now we also see that the rush can get shut down. So this is where it starts to get a little grinding for T-side, where you're like, okay, what do we do next?
Right, and it's an eco round. You know, they have some Tech 9, so this is going to give Virtus.pro a chance to stabilize a little bit in terms of their money, and then maybe string some of those rounds together, get some momentum, and now they can afford all these Molotovs and smoke grenades to block off these choke points for so long into the rounds. And Titan only has 2 flashbangs on Existence to work with, so I would expect this to be some kind of. It looks like he's going to jump up onto the yellow boost and perhaps try and flash to get his teammates down into secret.
That's the thing. He's the only guy with flashes right now on T-side. That would be horrible if he actually died up there, because then they would get 0. There's a nice flash over. Could have a follow-on here. Apex on the hunt. He gets spotted out, though. Pasha gets the kill first, however. Snack's still playing on the edge, and he's going to get the spray down. And it's just going to be Kenny, who's lurked his way into Garage, and you still have Maniac alive. Maniac might be able to catch somebody off guard here, but looks like Pasha's got an idea. There's Molotov, forces him out into the open. He's like, yeah, sure, I'll throw away $600 just to get that kill. No problem.
Just puts Kenny in his place with that Molotov a little bit, so forced out of it. And can't afford that AWP anymore on Titan's side, so it's going to be 5 AKs across the board. And Apex has been finding, Apex on this map is a fantastic entry killer. You know, on a map that's so difficult to find those opening kills, he does a really good job, whether it's outside or we saw him with that 4-kill entering into upper.
Now there was just that moment with the A take before, basically. He wasn't able to pick off Snacks, who was in the corner there. You saw that like double take, and he wasn't able to adjust in time. So we'll see if he's a little bit luckier this time around. Snacks by CT Red is going to start the party. Actually starts to do a little bit of damage here, just chasing him back. Decides to fall back and give up yard. Just wild spray through, and he nearly picks off Apex blind.
Right, and Snacks gets that kill on Apex, so there goes that man. And Titan seems a little bit lost. They've taken outside, but no one from Virtus.pro is being very aggressive. Pasha's actually playing very close to that AWP, but none of them taking damage. And with 5 players up, they can basically just turtle. Pasha finds that nice headshot on RPK, so now they can turtle with the man advantage like this, and they don't have to give up any more kills on the extremities of this map. They have to force Titan into these awkward executes into the site, and Snacks is still just keeping up a reign of terror with the second one onto Existence, or third one, excuse me.
Snacks is just a monster right now, completely cleaning up in yard. It's only going to be Maniac. He's going to walk right into Neo, who's waiting for him over there in Hell, and that's VP actually doing a fairly good job of just running it back on this map right now. They've managed to take it 4 rounds in a row, so that changes everything now. Look at the complete role reversal here as far as the money is concerned. They're surviving these rounds with so many people alive as well, so really all they have to do is re-up nades.
Yeah, building that bank, and it's going to be massive for them, and that's the hard part. Once they have this money, just facing so many buy rounds on the terror side. But like we said earlier, Titans hit 5. You know, on T-side Nuke, they got to be feeling very happy no matter what happens for the rest.
Agreed. Now it's just, getting a little bit more, seeing what they can get out of it. If anything past this is gravy. And once again, we see them actually spreading out in yard, so they just well, we didn't see that, Apex. Oh, quick, go ahead, do it again. Well, they make it? No. Apex is just really frustrated right now.
Performance anxiety, I think.
Yeah, no, we're not watching you, man. Don't worry. It's not happening. Existence, like, here, it's like a dad. Here, do you need me to show you how it's done? Okay. No. Okay, that was the awkward moment there again, where Dad didn't quite know.
This is where you just
there we go. Now Pasha is out here in yard. He's actually taking up shop right behind T-Red. So this is actually very aggressive from him. Not sure if a smoke was there to block him, but this could get ugly for him because P250's Tech 9s at this range, he could get completely caught out, but they don't even check behind, and he lines them up. Pasha takes the first one, gets the second one. They still have no idea. Apex is just barely going to make it into hell in time, but he's not going to be around for long. He's got the bomb, but it's a 1v4 scenario here.
And that was beautiful by Pasha. He was blind for both of those shots, just managing those flashbangs, being only half able to see it most likely, and finds 2 picks. And I mean, you're right that, you know, a couple seconds earlier as Pasha swings out there, and that's a very sticky situation for an AWP against 4 pistols like that. And Apex is going to try and get this plant. He might be able to get it down. I don't see anyone nearby, so he does get the plant. That's a victory, but he grabs one more for his troubles. It's Bialy with low HP being the first one out of the site. Falls down, and
well, let's see. I mean, Apex has actually worked his way back into a pretty decent spot here. He's got an M4 to work with. Oh, and he's not going to be able to get the diffuser because of aim punch. He was nearly dead on. He could have done even more damage.
That would have been insane. But the plant and that kill, that's what they wanted. Now they can get that off on Kenny S, you know, with the losing bonus if they want, and they do. It's an immediate buy, so going into that knowing what they wanted.
Yeah, no hesitation at all. It's good to see, though, because, you know, we need to see some kind of impact here with Kenny and the AWP now that he's made the investment. Is he going to, where does he decide to take this? They've been trying to gather up information, but Pasha's also been very difficult to predict as far as where he's positioning himself with this op. Either we haven't really seen him in garage. He's been more like passive angles from hell or going into secret and holding there. I mean, or, you know, ultra aggressive, but that's the point. You know, he's very difficult to predict right now.
Right, well, those smoke walls that are so popular on this map that can be put up, it's so effective at blocking off an opper that having them outside in garages can be very, very rough with how those smokes, you know, deny them from any kind of information or any kind of, you know, good shots. So usually that op is more centralized in heaven.
This is the gamble right now taken by Kenny. He's like, okay, Pasha, if you're going to play some secret again, you know, I'm going to be waiting for you.
Yeah, I dare you to push through up these stairs.
Come on, I dare you. I double dog dare you.
Pasha's too smart for that. He's actually transitioned. He's changed his spot. Now he's on his own rafters, and oh, he's very close to grabbing Apex, and he does get it. So an opening pick for Virtus.pro here. Kenny S is going to jump down on the roof. Snack spots him, though. Almost takes his head off in the drop.
That looked like it was a very close call. And now Kenny, he's going to try and create some openings here. Snacks, however, has managed to take out Existence, who was lurking. It looked like, is that into squeak door? It seems like it. So this could get a little awkward here for Titan. Now they're getting picked off once again. Action is going to be over here on Neo now, and Ramp Maniac taking that battle. And he doesn't quite win it. Neo actually winning that, but getting down to around half HP here.
Right, but now he's stuck against the wall, and he's a little bit scared to go back into it. He gets another one down to red, but he does fall for his trouble. But that gave Pasha time to rotate over. There, Kenny S finally chimes in with his off pick of his own onto Snacks. But it's going to be so hard to get this bomb to meet up with him. 2 rotations. That's 2 kills for him.
And now things get really sticky here. Kenny, 1v3. Doesn't seem like they quite have an idea of where he is, but only 8 seconds left on this clock. And unfortunately for him, he's walking back into the most populated area. It's almost like he just wanted to die. Walk into the 1v3, Kenny. But 7 rounds now for Virtus.pro. This is starting to look like a real turnaround for them.
You're right, and it's ever since they stabilized that economy, because now, I mean, you look at what Titan was finding success in, and that was blowing up into that upper bomb site, getting their entries, hitting that very convincingly. And with all these smokes and Molotovs that Virtus.pro's been able to keep rebuying, they haven't been able to do that for some time. That HUD is just always blocked off.
That's exactly it, right? You know, as soon as the CT side can afford to rebuy incendiaries pretty much every round, the rush is suicide pretty much. Although Taz decides to go for a smoke instead of an incendiary first. Actually, don't even have an incendiary going down, so they really do manage it. There we go, 1 onto Squeak, and then followed up by the smoke. But Kenny S, he doesn't care about any of that. He's upside in yard, and he actually manages to win versus Pasha. Now we have to see if Snacks is going to be able to plug this gap. He might be able to catch Kenny. Oh, what a shot!
What a shot.
That is sick. He can't land the spray onto Apex, though. But that was incredible, and they just completely wipe out the defense. Neo now the last man alive in a 1v4. Bomb is going to get picked up, but they have all the time in the world here, Titan. They need to figure out where Neo is, and he's going to get that shot instantly onto RPK. Swaps out for the CZ. He knows Existence is here. He gets that kill as well, and he's single-handedly turning this around right now. Neo, he's doing all the work.
Yeah, and this would be an absolutely huge round to win, although Maniac's flanking him up the ladder, and that's going to be it for Neo. Put up a good fight there, but so many players to deal with, and that's, you know, that's another explosion out that hut. But what they did is they used that entry pick, the pick that Kenny got it, and you saw how it changes the defense, so it makes that upper bomb site a little bit weaker for them to hit. And now look at this scoped setup from Virtus.pro. 2 ops, 1 auto sniper on Pasha. Actually, I mean, they have the money for it.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, exactly. They have the money for it, and it's 14 rounds, and wow, I mean, they're kind of putting themselves in an awkward spot if they were to lose this. They'll still be able to buy, but it's not going to be like the prettiest buy. So they're really just going to put their foots down, their feet down here now. Let's see Neo if he's going to be able to get a spot. Kenny is here as well. Kenny not going to find it though. Not sure if Neo spotted him out.
I think he did, and he saw the way the peak was coming out, and I think he recognized that it was an offer, which has to be Kenny S. He doesn't even want to mess with that fight, so he smokes it off and finds a new angle to play with.
In the meantime, looked like once again action out here in yard. Kenny getting a helping hand. Feeling not too sure. He's not feeling too sure about that right now. Snacks though, one of those AWPs. He's on the move. Takes up position in garage. There are the smokes to block him off, so he's not going to be limited on the visibility. Can he peek out and spot out Kenny? Yes, he can. Both of them missing the shot. This is so very close right now. Now Neo's he's under assault over here in ramp, but Pasha is there to support with the AWP with the Scar 20, and Snacks getting caught out as well. This is just turning into an all-out brawl, just out and out. They don't know where to go anymore. Right,
and Kenny and Apex have been finding a lot of success outside recently, getting these picks. There's another one on a Neo that's over towards ramp room, but a good read by Virtus.pro. They had 2 players in upper, but Bialy actually drops into the vent, so it's going to be all up to just that one player, Taz, who's playing over at the right by the squeaky door. And Titan is going into this lower bomb site. 2 players in ramp. Kenny, what a shot on Bialy. Finds the narrow angle, and then he knows he's going to get flanked out. And he wins that duel as well against Pasha, so this is looking terrible for Virtus.pro, and Taz in a 1-on-3 hasn't been able to move really.
10 seconds left though. If he can deny the plant, 6 seconds, 5 seconds. He's trying to rush down. He spots out Apex in the open, and he is not going to win it. Apex long-range duel there. And this is actually worst case scenario now for VP. They invested so much in that round. Pasha's going to be able to drop for a teammate, but 2 of them exactly. Neo has to go for a P90. He couldn't drop 2 guns.
Right, and Pasha only has 1 smoke and only 2 kits, Taz and Snacks on him. So like you said, not the prettiest buy in the world, but they can make it work here. Nero over at ramp room. That's a narrow angle that he can play with all those bullets to work.
That's going to be it. You know, abuse the choke point. Managed to set up right around here. Would have liked to see a Nova, you know, just because Nova's, you know, better than P90s. What? The anti-rush and just...
Oh, they read that perfectly.
He
Absolutely
gets
beautifully.
Pasha's here with the AWP. There's the shot onto him. He manages to flick it. And he knows the second man is over here. Maniac pinned down by Taz, who actually goes for an aggressive push into lobby. Instead, it's just going to be fights all over the place on this map right now. Pasha looking for more, but the smoke is going to go down. That's going to block him off. Now Kenny, he's rotating back through into lobby to back up Existence, who is on very low HP right now. 9 HP left on Existence. Bomb picked up by Kenny. Snack's going to walk right into it, and that opens up this A site. Pasha, the only man left here for Virtus.pro. He's trying to go for the backstep, but he's not going to make it there in time.
That was such a beautiful opening from Titan with that Molotov and that nade over towards ramp, blocking Neo's push, but now Pasha dropping into the vents. They're playing doubled up and Toxic here, and he probably won't. I mean, he knows there's more than likely 1, but I don't know if he'll expect this. But this Molotov, this could be absolutely huge. He's going to get... Oh, Kenny at the last second. Absolutely heartbreaking. Pasha had the right play.
That's just Kenny for you. Like, how do you get that shot?
Only Kenny hits that shot.
How do you get that shot when you have seconds, like literally split seconds to live? And you just kind of feel bad for Existence because there's nothing Existence can do. Like 2 ticks of that Molotov, he's gone.
Oh, that's so unfortunate.
I was just really waiting for Pasha to actually like miss that shot and like bank the Molotov back in his face, and it's like, okay, kill, type console kill, like just leave the server.
So what a great half from Titan, getting 8 rounds on their terror side of Nuke. And that's got, I mean, they were comfortable at 5.
And this is the map that they were feeling shaky about. This is the map that they weren't feeling very confident about. And as far as the 3 are concerned, they were like, yeah, well, the next 2 are going to be fine. Those are our maps. We'll be all right there. Right. Nuke is the shaky one. This is VP's pick. And they just pick up 8 rounds on T side.
Absolutely demolished them.
So now we go into it. I mean, it seems like, okay, you know, seems like, you know, they have that same vibe from yesterday that it's carried over, that, you know, going to sleep, they didn't wake up and they were new people again. You know, they went back to the people from ESEA. They're actually doing quite a fine job here, really. And whereas Virtus.pro are now going to be put on notice, they have to figure out a way to make this work. But yard take from Virtus.pro, straight running gun from them, 3 guys with Kevlar. And it's going to be RPK here from main, trying to tap them away. He's not going to get it done, however. Instead, it's going to be Kenny S holding. Just barely makes it into vents in time. Spots him running through, and he walks right into a bullet from Bialy. Everybody having rotated down here, however, for Titan. Pasha finds another kill. And the smoke goes down to block off ramp. Maniac not going to be effective here. It's Existence instead, crouching in the corner. Neo spots him out, and this is just so thorough from Virtus.pro. A perfect pistol round.
Yeah, and the smoke of the Molotov in that U-Haul to just, you know, make sure no one can help or stop them from entering that bomb site, but just a clean take all the way down.
landing all the shots, doing exactly what they needed to do, and staying clumped up as well. So if somebody gets a kill, they come right back at them, and Titan just weren't able to weather the storm there. But we have the buy. Kenny goes for the P250, so you can tell that he's got his eyes on that AWP as quickly as possible. But the other one's Existence goes for the Deagle. Okay then.
And a smoke and a nade, so trying to delay them a little bit, maybe force them to some kind of stack that they want to set up here. Although it does look like basically they're just the default. Existence is going to be in the window. He's going to spot out Pasha. Not able to land any shots.
Ooh, and Pasha's got the eco. Nice.
Oh, that Nuke Galil.
Someone's been opening cases.
It's a beautiful thing. And most of Virtus.pro is actually inside, heading over towards ramp, it looks like. Pasha's still outside. He's their lone player. He was just kind of out there to gather information if there was going to be some kind of a stack. And there's one of those smokes that they bought on the eco round. Block off this ramp choke point. So a lot of Virtus.pro gathering up in that direction. Now they have to fall all the way back into lobby and re-hit into this upper site. And that's where the rotations for Titan are coming in.
Yeah, well, it looks like Snacks is able to pick up the first kill there. Kenny doing the best that he can, crouching in that corner. RPK is just not getting any action at all because guess what? They're rotating back through ramp again. They've got the bomb. They're like, okay, well, we spotted a couple guys out up here. That doesn't seem like the best place to go. We got a couple of kills. Now let's go ahead and take over this lower side again. Kenny crouching in the corner. Going to be able to pick up the kill onto Snacks. No Kevlar for him to work with, however, so this is a bit awkward. But we lose Existence in the meantime. It's going to be RPK and Kenny, the last two surviving members here for Titan, and it's almost like a safe situation for them, it seems. I mean, they've now got this Mac 10 to work with. This could be pretty decent. Would almost like to see them swap. RPK should handle that over to...
I think maybe Kenny's... I don't know if this much thought is going into it at the moment. Kenny trying to get that AWP wants the money bonus.
That's another good point. RPK, we get RPK picked off by Pasha, and they are on the hunt right now. Kenny just hoping, crossing his fingers that he'll be able to live through this round. That bomb is ticking away, but they are also closing in on VP's side, checking these angles, being very thorough. Bialy going so far as to check like the very far back corner. Wait, does Kenny get the peekaboo? Yes, he does.
It's right in the side of the head, and he picks up the Galil as well.
Perfect. And Bialy not there to reply. This is going to be Kenny holding on to that gun, to that Galil as well. So he can hand that off to a teammate right now, somebody who feels confident with it. It looks like that's going to be Apex.
Which is interesting because Kenny actually picked up armor there. So I thought, yeah, they give the Galil back to him so that because he has the armor. And
he's going to have the money regardless for his AWP in the next round. So we'll see what Kenny can actually get done with this. In the meantime, MP7, MP7, two MP7s picked up for Virtus.pro. They just continue the party. They continue the show. And it looks like they want to go out into yard as well. Keep this pressure up fairly quickly here. Apex going for his usual wraparound into main, and Pasha just eliminating Kenny immediately. So no opportunities there for Kenny to shine. Apex actually wants to get over here to see if he can't pick up that Galil or catch somebody off guard here. He's getting wrapped around on, spots out Neo, gets the shot, gets the headshot on Pasha, running. Tries to get fancy and go for the AK, but still the damage is done. 2 big kills there, and Existence for the back. Gets that backstab by going up onto Silo, and now they desperately want to find Snacks, but Snacks, very wise, just hiding in the corner, not showing himself.
Yeah, and a decently expensive round for Virtus.pro, losing 2 there, and almost losing 2 more additional after that, so it could have gotten very dangerous, but as it is, they're going to have to drop a couple AKs, so the damage to the economy has been done. And like you said, Kenny has that AWP. It is glass cannon, but he's still got it in his hands, and that's worrisome enough. And much like Virtus.pro, those buys that they had on some of these ecos makes it so they can't afford everything cleanly. You see Titan actually choosing to go without head armor. They do have 0 kits though. That's something to keep our eyes on.
Yeah, they have. I mean, they've chosen to favor the nades over the kits right now, and even Kenny, he favors the nades over Kevlar. So it's all down to the glass cannon. Spots them running and just hardly even stops. Down to 3 HP, but that was an incredible shot. Existence is here to smoke off lower, but Kenny just continues. They challenge him, and he picks up frags.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. That was an amazing shot, and he's got to be careful, very careful. They're moving up close on him. He wasn't expecting it. Neo drops him cleanly, but he's done his job. 2 kills outside. He's got so much information. How many players are out there? He spotted the bomb more than likely. This is going to put Pasha, Neo, and Bialy in a tough spot.
So Apex now sets it up, and he's just holding close CT vents. Now they're wondering if they're going to go for the hell, and there it is. You're going to have one guy getting boosted up. They're actually going to boost 2 up there so they can counter boost and get somebody really up there. See if they can't catch somebody out. But of course we know, thanks to the eye in the sky, that nobody is actually holding on Heaven right now. So it seems like it's going to be action upper fairly soon here. 35 seconds left for VP. And is that bomb? Yeah, that bomb is setting it up right there. Pasha chucks it in. Will he have time? I mean, they've cleared it out. He's going to be able to make it up, but he wants to flash his mates in, see if they can actually find an opening. RPK crouched in the corner, not going to be able to land that shot. Apex waiting for the main push, but it's not going to happen. Instead, Action RPK continues here. Apex rotates in, he gets picked off, and this is now looking like Virtus.pro have control of the situation. A 2-on-2, except that Existence is there to catch Neo off guard, and it's down to Pasha.
Yeah, he really needs to win that battle, and he does. He falls, and that could have been a tough situation, but Titan handles it wonderfully.
So what were the key points there as far as that hold is concerned in your eyes?
Just, you know, Titan has a 90% win rate when they get the first pick on their CT side, so obviously Kenny outside doing that damage is just huge for them. But also, once that happens, once he falls outside, you can see they're not rushing to kind of cover where he left off. They're turtling into these bomb sites. They have 3 players in the upper site there, so they're just staying very, very centralized because the rotations vertically between those 2 bomb sites are so incredibly quick. All you have to do is not give up more kills once that one player goes down. So they turtle in the site, and they let Virtus.pro commit to them in an awkward choke point up that ladder, and they win the fights.
Despite the smokes, despite the best efforts there by VP. So, yeah, very nicely done there by Titan. We'll see if they're able to reproduce that. I mean, Kenny in particular, man, he just continues to deliver. And it's, I mean, this is where you try and change it up. You're trying to become less predictable as well. You know, maybe taking some action over at ramp, not going to be a rush. Okay, let's change it up and back off, get eyes on yard, and hold that cross. A place that VP are currently very interested in right now. Pasha boosted up on the boxes, trying to see if he can't find an angle, trying to see if he can't find somebody peeking, but Titan aren't really gifting him anything at all. It's really just Kenny using this extremely passive position all the way back in CT spawn pretty much.
Right, just trying to get 1 kill on the cross and stay alive, get the information passed on to his teammates. And they actually, you know, Snacks played outside around that CT red box quite a bit on their CT half, and no one from Titan is really playing that role. They're just using Kenny for the information, and then they'll rotate someone into vents when he spots him cross. And he's such an effective player outside that they can pretty much leave him alone. They can trust him to make the right decision because he's going to land a shot.
I mean, it seems like it. The smokes are going to go down, however, so that's going to block him off, make it a little bit less likely. He decides to change it up for upper here. And he may be able to make it there in time. Oh, there's a gap. This is all that Kenny needs as well. Does he actually land the shot when they go leaping past? Yes, he does. Just like music. I mean, the Maestro is hard at work right now. And he actually continues to rein in. He gets another one, taking out Snacks, and that was a radio push. Once again, VP find themselves 2 men down.
When he's feeling it with the op like this, he's so incredibly mobile. And now look, it's like I said last round, what they did so wonderfully. They have the man advantage, and they're just turtling into these sites. There's so many places in the lower bomb site. They only need 1 player to really guard this in Toxic, because he can pop out and grab the planter, and then everyone can rotate. And with only 10 seconds left, I mean, Virtus.pro's got really nothing left to do here. They're going to have to save these guns for another battle.
That's exactly, yeah, exactly. That's. They decide 3v5, not worth it. We need to actually hold on to these because we don't have the money to rebuy in the next round. You guys can see not getting bonus money either isn't going to make things very pretty here. Was that Taz actually tapping out, you know, let's go, let's go. LETSGO. I mean, tied to 10-10 right now, and Titan in full control, it seems.
Well, and look at Pasha. He's having himself a great match at 24-11. His team's, these last 2 rounds on their Terra side have looked a little bit scary going forward, but Kenny Yass putting in some work as well for his team. 18-12. Both players doing extremely well, and that's
he heard you. He was nodding along.
That's going to be such a crucial battle, that Pasha Kenny outside, because Kenny's being so effective getting those first kills. At some point, Pasha's going to have to win that battle if they want to keep going outside like this.
We'll see Kenny once again taking the very passive position. We have Neo up here on Silo this time, trying to root him out. I'm curious to see. He hears the steps up on here, but Neo doesn't decide to go for the wallbang. Instead, he is getting wallbanged. Existence doing a little bit of damage there. Putting Neo on notice.
Pasha actually got beat up a little bit too, down to 34 HP.
Same keys, same size of the keys. I keep hitting that. I gotta rebind that.
You think it's 1?
I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna rebind it. My bad. And there's the shot. Pasha not able to hit that flick. We'll see if Kenny can reply in time. But Pasha makes that mad dash into Garrett. He's looking to close the gap. In fact, trying to close this this angle onto Kenny. Existence in the meantime has found 1.
Well, here's the thing, too. I mean, this team's falling on the other side of the map, so that's unfortunate, but that's something that they can look to in the future. Bialy's going to take Kenny S out, so finally, like you said, the Maestro falls.
Nicely done there by Bialy, picking up his 2nd frag, bringing it back to a 2-on-3. Pasha still alive as well, taking his time. They still have 20 seconds left, but that's so little time to work with, and Apex is already in position down here. Existence as well. They're here to support, and Existence now has eyes on that bomb. So life got very difficult indeed for Pasha, who's once again finding himself in a position where he wants to save his gun. He realizes it's just going to be too difficult to go for it alone like this 1v3. He has no chance and no time.
I was very much interested in how Kenny has decided to play that, because he's played that position over by those boxes multiple times. Pasha's going to get a kill there right at the end. He's going to get another one on Apex, so a couple nice shots from him with that AWP, but, you know, isn't garbage time. So, but he actually, Kenny has finally, you know, missed a shot, wasn't able to get the kills outside from that position. He falls back in a CT spawn, and from there he's so isolated from the action. You know, to cross back towards, to get involved with his teammates, you're exposing yourself so much to any terrorists that are out there. So if they can force him back in a CT spawn like that, you know, it's just curious that he fell back so far away from any potential, you know, support to his teammates. He could have fallen back towards heaven and gotten into a new position, but that could be very effective for Virtus.pro going forward if they're able to isolate him like that.
Well, I mean, that could be the thing. But again, you know, now it seems like he's got the read on where Virtus.pro are as far as the economy is concerned. He's taken a much more aggressive position this time. Having used that position back in CT twice, he got spotted last round. He's like, okay, I got spotted. Time to change it up. Time to keep them guessing as to where I am on this map right now. And that's the true strength of Kenny, much like JW. These two operas, they share some qualities.
And Taz might just walk right into his crosshairs, although Kenny looking the wrong way. Taz is able to take him out, but not quick enough. He gets 2 kills, RPK in existence. Also clean up Snacks and Taz, and Bialy's able to pick up an AWP, but he quickly gets dropped to Apex, so Titan being very confident in peeking.
I mean, that's really impressive right there. The fact that Kenny actually picks up 2, including Pasha. If it weren't for Taz, he would have probably just continued with his like reign of destruction, right?
Right.
So right now, it's just looking like Titan are going like business as usual. It really isn't seeming like they do anything. Like, it really does feel like this is just such a finely polished, as far as, you know, just like, it's so simple, it's so straightforward what Titan do. Rely on Kenny to get the entry, and then, as you say, you know, collapse onto a site. They really aren't doing too much different from that. There aren't any like aggressive radio pushes, for example, or anything, or aggressive lobby pushes, or any aggression at all, it feels like. They're just perfectly content to sit back and wait for Virtus.pro to make the first move.
Well, because Virtus.pro is still maintaining. They want to take this yard. You know, they know they want to have some success out here, but they can't do it because that's running right into Kenny. But at the same time, where else are you going to go? So many other places are now that there's money for the Molotovs and the smokes, and finally Kenny gets flashed back, and there's the smoke wall is down. No gap in this one. Kenny's not able to find anything. Oh, but he finds one anyways, right through the smoke, just as I say it to prove me wrong.
I don't actually need to see.
And Existence is already rotated down, so he's going to be behind this smoke. And Virtus.pro has a lot of work to do. They do hear those footsteps. Try and spam through it. They actually block him off on the stairs to go into the vents, but he gets one through the smoke anyways, just spraying away, and he reloads at the wrong time, but he's able to escape. He closes the door. Great play from Existence just to survive, and he makes the calls.
He's making some noise as well here. He realizes, catches one out of the window, hits a headshot onto Neo. He's looking for another one, but Taz is not going to allow it. He ends the party. Kenny is actually going to push through that side.
Oh,
down to 1 HP. Apex takes out Bialy in the meantime, and Apex with the double kill, in fact. Manages to clean up Taz as well, but I think Kenny's like counting his lucky stars after that one.
It's like maybe I shouldn't have ran through that fire. That might have been not my wisest decision, but
I'm so excited, Moses. I gotta go. You know, he doesn't have your ability, man, to part the Sea of Flame. You know, that's pretty brutal.
The burning bush and all that.
He gets toasty there, and then like poked full of holes, right? So, well, we'll see. We'll see if Kenny can continue. I mean, he just seems indomitable right now. He's consistently climbing up there with the frags, up to 21 now, closing that gap with Pasha, who still leads with 26.
Yeah, but look at this buy out of Virtus.pro. Snacks has got a Mac 10. Neo's got a Tech 9, and they're going outside one more time.
This is just there. I mean, it feels like Virtus.pro right now are at a loss as to what they need to do. They continue every single round to take over yard, go into the lower halls, and it's just a variation of this. Kenny trying to find an angle to work through the smoke. Let's see if he can get lucky again, if he can actually hit that timing correctly. Snacks trying to poke around there.
This is going to be an upper split. They use the smokes to block off Kenny. They're just going to run through it. It's going to be up to RPK. Bobside Kenny does get Pasha outside, but RPK and Apex inside. One comes flying through, and Snacks with the Mac 10 is able to take him on Neo with the Tech 9, drops one as well, but Kenny on the rotate just swings out with that CZ and ends it.
How did Kenny find a kill as well? Did he just like attempt another shot through the smoke or something? Because that really seemed like the whole passageway there was covered for Virtus.pro.
Yeah, how many more smokes does Virtus.pro have to use to block off Kenny? Because that round there had to have been 3 on his screen at one time.
It's like every smoke in the world, and it's still not enough. He still gets a kill on you. Like, how disheartening is that?
Oh, man.
He is, I mean, this is brutal what we're witnessing right now. Titan, I mean, a near perfect streak. As far as the last few rounds are concerned, 6 in a row now, and they are just 2 away from picking up this first map in this best of 3. This is Virtus.pro's pick as far as the map is concerned as well, so things definitely not going well for the Polish team.
Not going well at all. It looks like, and mean, they still have 2 players going outside, so they're being so stubborn on this one. I don't know why they keep going at Kenny S. Maniac's going to throw a Molotov, but there's actually 2 up close. He's got to be very careful. That flash goes a little bit too far, so finally some life for Virtus.pro. They get the opening pick. That's Taz on a Maniac. And Kenny S is also taken very, very low, and he's a little bit nervous now that his ramp player goes down. Where's he going to go? He's going to play behind this silo with the AWP. He's got a lot of work to do as they come down. Pasha gets another one.
Ooh. That looked like it was on there for a second. This might get a little tricky, but they are managing to hold for now. RPK is here, picks up another kill. Kenny still alive behind the silo. 2-on-3 scenario when we lose RPK in the meantime. It is going to be down to Kenny, who just whips out, takes out Snacks. Not going to find Taz, though. Both players so very low on Virtus.pro's side. And finally, they managed to actually pick up Existence's up. I was about to say, you know, hey, Kenny's up. Yes, this is the magic, right? The boomstick.
The one that can shoot through smokes and everything.
Oh, it's perfect. And Taz's AK is called Time to Troll. How fitting. All right, so they get a second shot at it now, VP. They actually made the yard take work. So what do you think is the next call for them now?
I don't see any reason why they would turn away from that yard play they like. I mean, every single time they've been they haven't got away from it yet when it hasn't worked. So now actually Taz getting very aggressive into this hut.
This seems to have been one of his go-to strategies, at least early on. RPK runs through his own Molotov. That certainly caught Taz off guard. He was not expecting that play at all. And Maniac, success. There's the aggression from Titan. So as I was saying, you know, that they've kind of like set this pace. They've taught Virtus.pro to simply say, well, guys, we're not going to come hunting for you. Well, guess what? RPK runs through fire to come after you, and Maniac goes for a push as well. That's a great change of pace there from Titan. Talk about the perfect timing to change their strategy. And
what's very impressive is Maniac did that same push last round, got punished for it by Taz. He does it right back to him, though. Brings it in for a second time. Definitely not expecting that. And that might be something Existence is like, hey, guys, we know they're sending 2 to 3 outside every round. Let's get aggressive. Let's try and do a little bit of a crunch out of this lobby and just eliminate that part of the attack. And they've done it this round.
Let's see if Pasha's going to land the shot. I think he did spot Maniac behind the boxes, so he's looking for that angle, and Maniac just graces him with the gift. Here, take my life. Pasha not going to land that peak battle. It's going to be Kenny instead to remove his teammate in Apex with a flank through radio. Is going to find Pasha. Titan are now up on map point, 15-11. And this is something we needed to point out as well. The fact that both of these teams were very low on money going into that round.
Right. I meant to bring that up as well. I mean, Titan, despite winning, you know, six rounds in a row, Virtus.pro had been doing some damage to them over the course of those rounds, despite not winning anything of them. But they do reset the economy of Virtus.pro. And look at this buy, P250s and a Tech 9. And what are you going to do now?
This could have been Titan, though. Both of them were about dead even as far as the money is concerned. So just Virtus.pro, man, it's backs to the wall. And now they changed it up. Now they go into lobby, all of them.
Right. Well, they don't have anything at all whatsoever to deal with Kenny's off outside. So finally, they come into lobby, and it looks like they want to set up for an upper execute. They're going to blow open the door. Smoke's going to go into the choke points, into the mini. Apex is going to get blinded. It's going to be up to RPK inside the bomb site. Well, Apex does just run through. One has dropped into vents. The bomb's getting planted at the moment, and the rest of this hit looks like it's coming into ramp room to flake any defenders that are there, but Titan is just cleaning things up. Snacks doesn't even stop moving. A drive-by down to a 1-on-3. It's the sneaky player who's coming around into vents.
They heard the steps there. They should have heard the steps at least. RPK maybe getting a little caught off guard there, but they realize, yeah, I mean, they're already defusing the bomb right now. There's plenty of time, and that is going to be the first map going Titan's way. And we have to say, definitely wasn't expecting such a dominant performance out of them. I mean, sure, VP, they managed they picked up the pistol, essentially, so that started things off strong. But the fact that Titan just had such a dominant T-side performance in the first half, I think that caught all of us off guard, including Virtus.pro. Right. I don't think Virtus.pro were expecting that.
Definitely caught him off guard, and just 5 rounds so quickly. And that, what that does too is, you know, they're comfortable with 5 rounds at the end of that half, no matter what. But it gives them, having it so early, gives them the confidence to try new things throughout the half. You know, they're not desperately needing rounds, so they can play a little bit more loose, a little bit, you know, lack of pressure on them in that situation.
Well, guys, we're going to take a very short break going into the second map, which will be
Cash.
So Cash. Second map of this best of 3 series. This is the winner bracket final coming from ESEA Season 18 LAN Finals in Dallas. We'll be back.